What's up everybody, it's Seth from Fowler Customs, and today I'm reviewing the brand new Air Jordan 31. So I was really excited to grab the Air Jordan 31. As some of you already know, this shoe was actually on my list of the top 5 upcoming performance basketball sneakers. You can check out that video up here at the top of the screen. Every year like clockwork we get another Air Jordan, and this year we actually got 2, which is kind of crazy. We got the 30 and the 31. And the Air Jordans usually are pretty good all-around performers. They don't always excel in every category, but they're usually a very solid performance shoe, and this time around it's no different. But as always, before we dive into the review, let's take a look at the box. This is the Air Jordan 31 box. You've got the black matte top with the 31 in Roman numerals and gloss. So around the outside of the box you've got this red and black actually textured area. It's kind of embossed in there, but that texture mimics the fly weave on the upper of the shoe. And of course in the front you've got the Jumpman, and then you've got a size 9. And with Air Jordans, usually the newer performance models, you do want to go true to size. Nike has been really good about making their shoes actually fit true to size, so that's what I would do. I mean, it's always good to try the shoe on first before you buy it, but in this case, I think you're probably safe going true to size. I ended up getting the Olympic colorway because not only did I like it, but I was able to find it a little bit early so I could get you guys the review as quickly as possible. And even though it doesn't say it on the box, the suggested retail price is $185. And before I forget, you actually get this throwback to the Air Jordan 1 with this Nike branding on the inside of the box lid. I actually think that's a really nice touch. Now let's get into the shoes. So as I was saying, this is the Air Jordan 31 in the Olympic colorway. Of course, the Olympics are going on right now, so they released it just in time for those. I really like what they did with the color scheme of the fly weave, how it fades from the dark blue into the white. I think that's a nice touch. So apparently a big inspiration of this shoe was the Air Jordan 1. This is actually supposed to be somewhat of a throwback, and because of that, they put an obscene amount of branding on the shoe. You have the Nike swoosh, which fades into the Jumpman, and then on the other side of the shoe, you've got the Wings logo. A lot of people really hate the ridiculous amount of branding on the shoe, and me personally, I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't hate it, but I think that this large Jumpman kind of makes this look like a team shoe. I would have preferred the Wings logo being on the same side of the swoosh and just leaving it at that. But of course, this is supposed to tell a story of the swoosh leading into the Jumpman, all this crap. I don't know. It is what it is. But getting to the performance specs, the front half of the upper is made up of this fly weave material that leads into the synthetic leather in the heel. The fly weave is really great because it is a performance material. I like it better than Flyknit, mainly because it's more durable, but also because it molds your foot a little bit better. It's not as breathable, but that's not a huge deal. And this material really does seem to lock your foot in place better than the Flyknit material. The Air Jordan 29 and the Air Jordan 30 were also primarily made up of fly weave. However, this fly weave just feels better. It kind of feels more premium and less plasticky, which I appreciate. And not only that, the shoe is cheaper than the 29 and 30, so you really feel like you're getting more value for your money. Moving to the heel of the shoe, yes, this is synthetic leather, and yes, it doesn't feel that great to the touch. However, it is pretty comfortable and it locks your foot in place very well. Because the 31 is inspired by the Air Jordan 1, it looks like they tried to cut the heel synthetic leather in the same sort of way that they cut the Air Jordan 1's heel. You can tell on the sides of the shoe and also a little bit on the back, because the internal booty of the Air Jordan 31 sort of follows this black leather area on the 1. You've got fly wire holding the laces in place, and in this era of one booty constructions, you actually have a real tongue, which I like a lot better, because if you have a one booty construction, the laces don't really do too much to lock you in place, so why even have them? The tongue is made up mostly of performance fly weave, and then of course you've got the Jumpman right there in the middle. The heel area of the shoe has this booty construction, which is made up of this soft neoprene material, which I really like. An interesting touch is that they put the size tag on the booty behind the synthetic leather, and I think that's because they actually added these red cushion nub things on the heel of the shoe, which to be honest are my favorite part of the shoe. These cushy pads land on just the right places in your ankle to keep you really comfortable and really locked in. I've got to say, this is one of the most comfortable basketball shoes I've played in all year. You've got a blue insole on the shoe with the red Jumpman. On the inside of the tongue you've got this gold basketball and globe logo. Not sure exactly what it means, but it's a nice touch. The lace tips of the shoe are actually really cool. They fade from red to blue, which I'm assuming will change on each different colorway of the shoe. Moving down the shoe, you've got this blue and red gradient flight speed plate. You've got a little bit of a white midsole. Moving to the bottom of the shoe, you've got this translucent outsole, and then this entire red area is actually full-length zoom, which is awesome because there hasn't been full-length zoom in an Air Jordan in a while, and to be honest, it feels great. The traction on the shoe is really the one thing that leaves a lot to be desired. It's not great. The traction pattern isn't very deep, and you end up sliding a lot, especially on a dusty court. I found myself sliding around a lot more than I do in my D Lillards or especially my Kyrie 2s, and that's a bummer because the rest of the shoe, performance-wise, is pretty solid. Overall, I really want to love the Air Jordan 31, and I do really like it. However, there are a couple things that hold it back from being an excellent shoe. The main one, of course, being the outsole. The traction just isn't great. And you can find shoes that are a lot cheaper that have much better traction. So if traction is one of your top priorities, this probably isn't the right shoe for you. However, the performance flyweave is awesome. The laces, the flywire, and the synthetic leather heel really do lock you down. I really love these cushion pods on the inside of the shoe. As I was saying earlier, this is one of the most comfortable basketball shoes I've ever worn. I do really like the way the shoe looks off court. I did actually end up wearing it this weekend almost exclusively casually. It was the only shoe I wore all weekend, to be honest. Of course, my one gripe with the aesthetics is this giant Jumpman, and I'm sure that's true for a lot of people. But this Jumpman really shouldn't hold you back from getting the shoe if you like everything else about the shoe. I love the blue to white gradient on the shoe. I actually tried on the green and blue colorway at Kith. I like that as well. And honestly, I dug that bread colorway that's coming out September 3rd, so I might actually pick that up as well. But with all that being said, let's throw these on feet and see how they look. Leave a comment in the comment section below letting me know if you plan on picking up a pair of Air Jordan 31s for yourself, and if so, which colorway. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to Fowler Customs if you want to see more content just like this, and follow Fowler Customs on all of the forms of social media.